Hey, Smoke Man, it is Green Can Shan here, and no, I am not in my usual location, as you can tell. The scenery has changed quite a bit, and actually, I might say for the better. I am in San Antonio, Texas, drinking a beer called Viva Battle of the Hops IPA from a brewery right here in San Antonio. Yes, came all the way down here, brought my RT-340 smoker, and at my brother's house, just introducing him to smoking, as well as I thought, I'd try a few things here that are a little bit more Texas oriented, right? When in Rome kind of concept. This also starts a new era for Smoke MN. As Blue Pop Scott and I have introduced before, we are going to be doing some YouTube videos now, and the Facebook profile is going to be more of the sharing of ideas and getting input from people. But we found that a lot of people are enjoying some of the videos, even how stupid some of them might get. And that is our goal. And so I figured this trip, driving down here, is going to be a great way to kind of kick that off. We're not professional smokers, as mentioned before. We just really enjoy it, and we enjoy sharing this with everybody. And right now, as I'm looking, hopefully the smoke is not blowing too much in the way of the camera. Right now, as I'm starting tonight, kicking things off, something simple for my brother and his family. Just some basic New York strip steaks with a Texas rub on there. Doesn't get any more simple than that. But as I'm doing it, there's a storm rolling in, some remnants from a hurricane down in Mexico. So it's going to be an interesting night. We'll see. But that is our plan, and we're going to hopefully move forward with it. We're really excited about it. And bear with us as we try to tweak our videos and learn more about how to do this and make it look and sound better. And we want to hear from you guys what kind of content you would like to see. What questions do you have? What recipes do you want us to try? We're all ears. So with that in mind, I'm going to go get the steaks on the smoker now. And hey, cheers. Hey, Smoke Man, it's Green Can Shan here. Like I mentioned before, I am down in San Antonio, Texas at my brother's place, and I'm going to throw on one of the first things that I'm doing while down here. Again, very simple, super easy. Just doing some New York strip steaks with some Texas rub on there. I did throw them in the fridge with some kosher salt to a dry brine for, it ended up being about 4.5 hours. Recommend doing that with any steak, actually. I don't make steak grilling or smoking or anything without doing that. Makes it so much better, a lot better flavor, nice and tender, holds in those juices. So we're going to get these thrown on here, and I'm hoping that it'll be an hour and a half to 2 hours for these steaks. That's typically what it's run. I will be honest, I have not done steaks on the RT-340 yet. In fact, I've only done, I think, appetizers on the 340. This is the biggest cut of meat that I've done thus far. So we'll see how these cook. If it cooks faster than the 700 that I've got at home. But these look good, very simple. I think right now I just need to have a beer. So, cheers. Okay, so we've had the steaks on now for about an hour and a half. The storm that I mentioned earlier has picked up, as you can tell, and you can probably hear too. Hopefully you can still hear me. But what we got to do now is we got to take the steaks off the smoker, and we're going to do a reverse sear. So what that is the final few degrees. So even though I want it at, say, a 135 finish temp, I want to take the steaks off at about 123, 125, somewhere in there, turtle them on the grill, reverse sear them for a few seconds each side to get that last few degrees up, and then they're going to go and you rest it for 10 minutes. So let's see how it goes. Now, I do have an assistant helping me with the new gimbal that I have for this. He is cringing as he's recording me, so I'm guessing, does it not look good? All right, he says it's good enough, so we are going to see how this turns out. as I mentioned earlier, this is all new to us, but I want to get these steaks off and onto the grill. And once they're on the grill, I'm going to be checking it quite frequently because the temperature obviously going to skyrocket pretty quickly. The grill is going to be set at high temp. I want it at least 500 degrees. If I were at home, I'd be using my RecTeq Sear grates, but they're not. Those won't fit on the little RT-340, so I don't have them with me. So we're going to throw these on here, and I'm going to watch it really close with the thermometer. Once they are done, and I'm gonna reverse sear both sides. I'm gonna bring them in and let them cool for about 10 minutes. So we'll get this going and let you guys know what the finished product looks like. Okay, so we are done now. I decided to get myself another beer here. Freetail Brewing, also out of San Antonio. This is their Bat Out of Hellas German style lager. So being from Minnesota, you got to have a German style beer, which you guys know I really like. So I'll take a sip, and we're going to cut into the steak and show you guys how it turned out. That is tasty. So I'm doing how I normally wouldn't do it, but I want to cut right down the middle just to show you guys how this turned out. And this is where I really hope it actually did turn out. But let's take a look here. Nice and pink. Turned out actually really good. Should be a nice tender steak. So here's hoping everybody else likes it. If not, well, screw them. So cheers.